I had two scary allergy scares this past month. So if you're new to this channel, welcome. I talk about a lot about my allergies as well as some makeup and things that are good for my sensitive skin along with lifestyle things. So most recently, I went to a beach soccer tournament just to watch it with my boyfriend, and they were selling acai bowls there, and I had many of those in the past. And so I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna have some just to try it out. And it was a really hot day, so I went to the booth, got it, and they had gluten-free rolled oats. I'm allergic to wheat and soy. Those are the two main things that I always stay away from. So seeing something that's gluten-free always puts a smile on my face, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get that one. I was reading through the ingredients just to make sure I can have everything, and I saw one ingredient that I had never tried before, and I figured might as well try it. It was bee pollen. Bee pollen. I, again, never tried it before and thought, you know what, I've had honey before. It's not really gonna make that big of a difference. Terrible, terrible mistake. So I ended up ordering it, taking it back to my seat, was eating around it, and then I remember tasting something that tasted exactly like pollen. You know, it smells like pollen, tastes like pollen. And I ate it, and within 2 minutes, my upper lip started to swell like crazy. I had to put my mouth in my shirt and ask my boyfriend to get me some ice. And I kind of started freaking out a little bit because I've heard stories of people who, you know, their throat starts closing up, and I had never had a reaction like this ever before to anything. So immediately we got up and we started asking people if they had allergy medicine or we can find the closest one. So in all of this rush, we stopped by a gas station and they finally had Benadryl. I popped a couple of them, and then I felt the effects of the Benadryl starting to calm down my lips, and I started crying out of relief. I was there with my boyfriend and I just wanted to go home. Of course, Benadryl makes you sleepy and I needed to take a nap. So that was number one of the allergy scares most recently. The second one that I had, I was out with some friends, and, you know, we always get dessert afterwards, whether it's boba or some kind of dessert place. And this time it was ice cream. I love ice cream. My favorite flavors are like chocolate and Rocky Road. So we went out and I went to get an order that it said, this flavor is our take on Rocky Road. And this was me just being stupid. I usually read all of the ingredients, but I kind of allowed myself one day to just kind of be like, we'll see what happens. Terrible. I know there's people who are like, why did you do that? Whatever. So I ended up ordering Rocky Road. I usually can't eat it, but this time immediately I took a bite into this nut and something was off. My body reacted immediately to it. I felt everything slow down. Like we were playing Blockus, which is one of these awesome board games. And all of a sudden I felt, you know how in movie theaters, when something intense is happening, it just goes like, doo, 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 and it just slows down and everything gets darker. That's how I saw things. And then inside, I felt my heart, certain organs just kind of slow down as if they knew I ate something that I wasn't supposed to. Super terrifying. I was definitely trying to play it cool with my friends, but they understand that I have a lot of allergies. So they were even saying don't downplay it. If we need to do something, let us know. And luckily I still had, I try and carry around allergy pills wherever I go now. But I had an extra Benadryl packet from my time with the bee pollen, took it immediately, and just about cried out of relief when I felt it working. So those are my two most recent allergy scares. One of them was a complete mistake that I had no idea that it had something I was allergic to, which if you're allergic to a lot of things, do not have bee pollen. I think it is the stupidest thing to put on top of bowls or just to sprinkle on. It's a huge allergen. When I was talking to my doctor, they said, yeah, bee pollen is a huge allergen. Why would somebody, anyways. And then the second time with the Rocky Road, I wanted to try living like the other half lived for just a night, but that did not work well for me. So those are my two most recent allergy scares. I've learned a lot from them. So hopefully this isn't gonna happen again. But anyways, thanks everybody for watching, and I'll keep you updated.